Jaron Boots Ennis is rumored to fight on the Gervonta Tank Davis card. Boxing reporter Dan Raphael says per sources involved in the event, Jaron Boots Ennis is slated to fight on the Gervonta Davis Hector Luis Garcia Showtime pay-per-view undercard, which is January 7th, 2023. In DC, no opponent quite yet. Hard to get guys to step up and want to fight him, says the reporter. Now, this is no mystery to me because the great EGOSTRADAMUS Strikes again. If you guys follow me at BOXINGEGO1 on Instagram, at BOXINGEGO on Twitter, you'll see and check the timestamps. Ego rumor mill, the streets is talking, says Gervonta Tank Davis and Jaron Boots Ennis could be featured on the same card in separate bouts January 7, 2023 in Washington, D.C. That would be fire. Boots Ennis fought as a co-main to Jermell Charlo versus Brian Castano Part 2. Damn, I'm good. So, credit to Dan Raphael for doing his part, but I let you know before anybody that I seen that this was the case. Now, I'm a big fan of Jaron Boots Ennis. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you're a fan of me. Jaron Boots Ennis looks like the goods. He's waiting, and I agree with what the reporter said, Dan, about hard to get guys to sign up. Now, I've heard that they had someone in mind for this particular fight, but for whatever reason, I don't know if the initial person that they were thinking is going to fight Jaron Boots Ennis. So, as of right now, that's probably why it hasn't been announced. But I give you guys the real, the uncut, the news, and deliver. Now, for those hopeful, see, this is the thing. I've been in boxing for several years, many moons, and boxing fans are not even remotely realistic at all. So, despite me telling you that I really am enjoying the journey and watching Jaron Boots Ennis whoop people, he looks to be the goods, there's a lot of people that are saying, oh, he should fight Errol Spence. I mean, it's not going to happen. That's just my honest opinion. As far as next, I'm just talking about regarding next. Errol Spence was looking forward to Terrence Crawford. Steven Espinoza of Showtime told you that. They were single-mindedly focused on making that a reality. Terrence Crawford had other plans. Terrence Crawford says, you know what? I'm out. This is taking too long. I got more pressing things to do. I'm going to fight David Adolescence. So he skipped town and he's doing his own thing. They just announced his undercard. I don't even have words for the undercard. God bless America. God bless the undercard. I mean, you guys can find it floating around. I'm super busy. Probably won't have a time to make a separate video about it. But it's very underwhelming, as is the main event, and it's really lacking star power. It's going to be an uphill battle, like I predicted. I'm on a tear. Y'all can say what y'all want about the channel, but I'm on a tear. The great EGOSTRADAMUS strikes again. So I told you before Tank even announced that he was fighting and who he was fighting against Hector Luis Garcia for the first fight, I told you that the streets was talking, Boots on the co-featured. So that was before Tank even told you who he was fighting, right? And then I told you the uphill battle that Terrence Crawford would be facing December 10th because he's trying to put on a card and is competing with the Heisman night on ESPN. And you have a less than desired card and main event. Meanwhile, as I predicted, Top Rank, your old boss and your old promotional company and outfit, they got Teofimo. He's fighting the guy that beat Mikey Garcia, Sandor Martin, and it was originally supposed to be Jose Pedraza. This, on paper, could be even more difficult. Styles make fights. You got Jared Big Baby Anderson. You have Keyshawn Davis on the undercard, and you have other fighters on the undercard. I think Xander Zayas. There's a whole bunch of people on the undercard. So this is what Terrence Crawford is having to compete with, all because he couldn't stick to the course and fight Errol Spence and just wait a little bit longer, two more months or whatever. So it is what it is. So Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, Boots Ennis, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. As far as Keith Thurman, Bozy Ennis said that Keith Thurman wanted 10 milli. So I don't think that will happen. What boxing fans fail to realize, and usually I have to bridge that gap is, despite boxing fans loving certain guys like Jaron Boots Ennis, he's a stud. He's an action star. He's fun to watch. He got the look. He's clean cut. He comes from a fight town like Philly. All of that is working for him. So I could see a big future. But you guys have to understand, at the end of the day, boxing too is a business, and whether boxing hardcores realize this or not, Keith Thurman has been more branded. So I could see PBC and boxing making Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman before Errol Spence versus Boots Ennis, because the Boots Ennis fight is more for hardcore fans. Those guys are still on their way up. It was really Conor Benn, Virgil Ortiz Jr., and Jaron Boots Ennis, and I think Boots is the best out of all of them, right? And Conor Benn failed a drug test, so he's kind of out the way. And his Virgil Ortiz has been pretty inactive with Golden Boy. So the thing that all three guys have in common, they're young and they have to still carve out and etch out their journey. It's not as big of a fight. There's a lot of fights that boxing hardcores think are a big fight, but it's not a big fight commercially, right? And I could do this all day. I can go on all day. Even Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford, there are some questions there in terms of how big the fight would be versus Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Davis. Again, the people who would try to argue with me, the king of boxing talk and the Don, on this subject, clearly don't understand the business, because Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia, they both are very popular. It's not about, business is not about what you like, what you prefer. It's about making dollars and what makes sense. And if it makes dollars, it makes sense. Some people, boxing fans, could be passionate, so they tend to forget that. That's why some of the people who spout out and go against what I'm saying, at the end of the day, they don't run businesses, or they don't run successful businesses, because if you don't heed basic rules to running a business, then you're not going to be in business for long. Boots Ennis is a beast. He's raw. You know, he might be here and hard to beat for the years to come. I get it. But Boots Ennis and Errol Spence is not a bigger commercial fight than Keith Thurman, right? Even like I said, Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence, in my honest opinion, great fight, means a lot. A lot of people rate Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford well before they rate Ryan Garcia. But what Ryan Garcia has going for himself is he's branded himself well. He's in commercials and doing NFL commercials with Lil Wayne. Yeah, I'm single, nigga. I had to cancel that. Like, you know, I ain't tripping on nothing. I'm sipping on something, and my homeboy say he got a bad bitch. Tonight, there's a difference. So I think that's what a lot of Terrence Crawford's complaints. He's been badly managed or, you know, branded for the last decade, to the point where he hasn't been doing the numbers that you would expect from someone as good of a fighter as Terrence Crawford. That's just the way it is, like Tupac said. So he wants this insane guarantee, but that's not how boxing works. You're not going to get, if the stats don't align and the numbers don't make sense, you're not going to get this vicious, insane, monstrous guarantee, and all your pay-per-views have been the flops. You've never done or outsold Errol Spence. You're not going to get the lion's share, you know, so you're going to be on Black Planet or whatever for the rest of your career, because if you're not realistic in business, the show must go on, period. So I don't know who Jaron Boots Ennis will fight. That looks like the next order of business that they got to figure out. Hopefully he's still on the card. Hopefully they can get someone reasonable. But Jaron Ennis, he's in that bag. He's in his bag, and he's like, if you see, I got to start coaching fighters and stuff. Jaron Boots Ennis is probably scaring guys further. I told you I've been in the game for a while because I follow him on Twitter, and he's always in shape and talking about, 8 miles in the bag, I ran this and that. He probably should stop tweeting that stuff, because guys already don't want to fight you, and then they really not going to want to fight you because you keep tweeting, church was good today, I've been running, I've been working. So they're really not going to want to fight you, because a lot of times in business, you got to catch people off guard. And now that they know you're a monster from the highlights and what they've seen from you, plus you staying in shape and staying disciplined, you know, you're shooting yourself in the foot. You know, you're shooting yourself in the foot. And in the world of boxing and the dirty politics and stuff like that, people are trying to catch you slipping. They trying to give you 2 weeks notice and catch you when you're not ready. So Jaron Ennis keep posting that he's ready and running miles and did sparring with one hand and 14 sparring partners in one day. People see that, and that's going to be intimidating. You know, food for thought. I like Jaron Ennis. We'll see if they can get a nice fight for him for the Gervonta Davis. But two amazing athletic American fighters, black American fighters, powerful, explosive guys, Tank and also Jaron Ennis. That's a monster card, so I really want to see it in DC. I damn near really want to go to the fight. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. But I like that tandem. I think that's a beast of a card. I just like watching Jaron Ennis operate, so hopefully they can get someone good. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. The best in the business. I'm out. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxingego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new interactive and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.